get started. And remember, this is all just satire.
In the wake of the, and I quote, Doge father, Elon Musk was at the forefront of the Trump administration, effectively becoming the face of governmental change, gutting useless programs and occasionally firing the wrong people and scrambling to rehire them, getting rid of federal workers with the same finesse the Musketeer made famous during his acquisition of Twitter.
The true purpose of Elon Musk's weekend email ultimatum to federal workers. The email was eerily similar to the one Musk sent shortly after buying Twitter, demanding that the software engineers email him a bullet point summary of their code, modifications, and 10 screenshots of the most salient lines of code, a directive that IT professionals at the time criticized as a uniquely bad way to assess code.
Boy, you are the goddamn devil.
The same could be said of Musk's latest emails, which press multitudes of federal employees across many fields of expertise to justify their jobs to a mysterious axe-wielding entity that couldn't possibly understand the work they all do. Understandably, the email sparked immediate panic among federal workers over the next move that might come from Musk, who days earlier had showed up on stage at a conservative political action conference wearing sunglasses, slurring his words, and wielding a chainsaw of bureaucracy.
Chainsaw for bureaucracy! Chainsaw!
Musk, who is not funny, also used the appearance to complain about the left's sense of humor.
You're a real one.
We stan you.
And I stan you.
That's not funny. That's not...
This, coupled with cutting wasteful spending like Sesame Street to Iran and trans surgeries for mice, then seeing the effects of house music on the mice post-op surgery, or some sheer insanity that you can look up for yourself. I want to say that it's Orwellian, but everything that was in 1984 didn't prepare me for trans mice.
Oh, mouse. No mouse. I'm a rodent. You like Mario? Oh, you don't have a cat that live in your house.
Stop him!
Doge says 7 grants for trans animal testing canceled, audits expanded, shady expenditures happening. The demise of Iraq's Sesame Street, and a sea of change in the U.S. soft power.
Needless to say, Doge drove progressively insane.
Turned it over to him. And we don't know everything that Elon Musk has done with his high technology ass. We don't know what he's being accused of by some, as it may relate to the election.
I'm a glass half empty kind of guy. Because who would want to swallow another half glass of this shit?
From politicians to federal workers, from Twitter to Reddit, old women celebrities, long past their prime, were making TikToks to show people they sold off their Teslas or gave them away, as if any normal functioning adult cared if you owned a Tesla or not. Liberals decided to protest but got confused and committed vandalism and arson instead. Go figure.
Shit.
I would like for you to die of measles, of polio, of all the horrible diseases.
Could not concentrate on what this old man was saying.
If I rolled through life looking like a stunt double for Rosie O'Donnell, I'd be a bitter bitch too. But with rhetoric like this from CNN...
He's incompetent in his position. And how do we know? Because they fired tens of thousands of people, it was challenged in court, the court said the people have to go back, and now the people are coming back. He's incompetent, he's a thief, he's a Nazi, and people don't trust him.
Well, now Musk says he is done with this, and he shot back at Bowman's comments, posting, "I've had enough, lawsuit inbound."
I am truly here for very selfish reasons. Starting with, on March 29th, it's my birthday. And all I want to see happen on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down. Yes.
This is domestic terrorism. And Maria, now you have this Congresswoman Crockett who is calling for attacks on Elon Musk on her birthday. Let's take him out on my birthday, she says. And yet she turns and says, "Oh, I'm not calling for violence."
I'm losing my mind. Everything's fine. some tough years ahead. I do believe that we are not going to be able to be as safe or say what we want to. I don't think free speech is going to be as free.
A few moments later.
Platforms are not regulated right now, which gives them carte blanche to whatever they want right now. Elon is not someone who likes to be regulated. And
1 minute they say the government will limit speech. The next, they want Twitter, or whatever you want to call it. It needs regulation. Sounds like you want to control speech. I began to notice the attacks on Tesla charging stations around the end of February. Unlike previous attacks a year ago, the charge stations then were being vandalized by people who were cutting the cables to sell the copper because they were poor and hungry. These were just set ablaze.
Take a look at these photos from Salem police. You can see the bullet holes in the window and the shattered glass at the Tesla dealership on Mission Street in Salem. Salem police tells Fox 12 that the FBI is now assisting with the investigation. The shooting incident comes just weeks after a car was set on fire at the same Tesla dealership. The dealership declined to comment on either of these incidents.
A Tesla store in Salem, Oregon, was shot up on February 19th. The same location was the target of arson attacks several weeks earlier. Antifa on the far left have been calling for attacks on business entities connected to Elon Musk since his overtake of Twitter. Recently, they've repeated their calls for violence and have been joined by Democrats who are demanding an escalation as revenge against Trump's administration.
Each charger charred in various shades of black. Evidence of the fire that broke out in this Littleton parking lot last night. And the fire chief says these flames were no accident.
At this point, it does appear that it was a set fire.
Around 1 a.m., firefighters were called to Constitution Ave and found 7 Tesla charging stations up in flames. They burned for nearly an hour until electricity was finally cut to the units.
Tesla charging stations in Massachusetts was intentionally set on fire. Democrats have been demonizing Elon and calling on people to protest at Tesla locations. Democrats incite violence against Elon Musk and his companies.
I can't help but think the same people who screamed about lowering carbon emissions and "we need sustainability" are the same ones setting these charging stations on fire and damaging the ozone layer in the process. It doesn't seem very green to me. It's also an exercise in futility. Elon Musk isn't losing sleep over this. He's on Twitter and he's memeing all day, every day. Or he's tripping balls at Trump's inauguration. Normal people who need to charge their cars are affected by this. And I am certain their next car won't be electric after all of this bull. March 5th. The political munchausens ramped up to 11.
Breaking news, a Portland far-left extremist has been arrested over the firebombing and shooting attack on Tesla in Salem, Oregon. Adam Matthew Leginsky has been federally charged by the DOJ with illegally possessing an unregistered destructive device. He's accused of being part of the January 20th firebombing attacks on the Tesla store and the February 19th shooting there. Lenski allegedly pointed a semi-automatic rifle at witnesses during the first incident.
Sounds very feminine and friendly.
Hey boy, you like what you see? You like?
Stop him! So this person just started, going absolutely haywire. Unfortunately, looking into this, I've also seen screen caps of their adult videos that they make. And honest to God, that alone should be enough to land them in prison for life. If you ask me, I have been emotionally and mentally scarred.
Another Tesla store was shot up in Oregon, and now the third violent attack in the state. The Tesla location in Tigrid, near Portland.
Portland, Oregon, they're always up to something goofy. I bet when the person was shooting it up, they were blasting a bit of at the same time. Leftists and Antifa have been calling for violent attacks on the business, revenge. Yeah, we get it. It's the usual nuttiness. Let's watch the video.
Police taped bullet holes and shattered glass. Crews spent the day cleaning up the Tesla dealership after investigators say someone shot it up overnight Thursday, causing tens of thousands of dollars in damage.
When employees showed up to work this morning, that's when they discovered the damage.
Tigard police say someone fired at least 7 shots, damaging 3 cars and shattering windows. Fortunately, it happened overnight when employees were gone.
I think the concerning thing for the employees is that it happened at all, and that one of those shots went into an office and into a computer monitor. Ultimately, we're just thankful that nobody was hurt.
The latest vandalism comes just one day after federal investigators say they arrested a man in Salem for similar crimes. He's accused of throwing Molotov cocktails and shooting at the Tesla dealership there. Like in that case, Tigard police are now working with the FBI and ATF to determine if the latest vandalism is politically motivated.
Yes!
Spoiler alert, this place was shot up again on the 13th.
More shots fired at Oregon Tesla dealership on ongoing vandalism ever since Musk began advising Trump.
Look what the homosexuals have done to me.
Weird how they don't catch anyone. CNN's coverage over the last few days was very relaxed. It was almost as if it was normal, you know? In fact, you could say it was peaceful on some levels.
Now, where police say someone shot at a Tesla dealership overnight. Employees discovered the damage this morning. At least 3 cars were hit and windows were broken. One bullet even went through an office wall and hit a computer. Fortunately, no one was there at the time. The shooting is believed to have happened just before 2 a.m. No details yet on a suspect or description.
My name's Frankie, and I'm getting arrested today protesting Elon Musk. He bought his way into office. He bought his way into heading a government agency. He bought his power at the expense of the American people, at the expense of our environment, at the expense of our world, and all of the people in it.
He's a monster.
On March 8th, the protests in New York began, but they didn't end with the dealerships. In fact, normal people just living their lives were being harassed by brainlets, making a difference by terrorizing a family driving down the road. Take that, Elon Musk, you bigot.
My friend and his family were attacked by some random lunatic while driving his Tesla Cybertruck by Bryant Park in New York City. Time to add some defensive measures.
Like what, a flamethrower? You know, this person probably bought the Cybertruck like a year ago or more. And this guy is now making a stand by flipping them off because now he doesn't like Elon Musk. I bet he's on Reddit.
I flipped off a Cybertruck about 10 minutes ago, doing my part. My 9-year-old flipped off a Cybertruck the other day. He did more to protest than these hapless True story, I flipped off 2 Cybertrucks yesterday, and I will continue to flip off every single Cybertruck driver I see. I flipped off a Cybertruck, blah, blah, blah.
Future historians are going to look back on these Reddit posters and see them for the revolutionaries that they are.
Breaking news. The New Yorkers have swarmed and shut down the Tesla dealership in Manhattan. 6 have been arrested after occupying the showroom. Protests are erupting across America to reject Musk's billionaire regime. This is how we beat fascism. Mass direct action.
How do you beat fascism by being annoying?
Breaking news. Multiple anti-Musk and Trump protesters arrested in New York today after occupying the showroom.
Oh my God, so many patriots. We're gonna remember these people in like 4 years. While watching clips like these, I can't help but think to myself what Tyler Durden said in Fight Club. We are the middle children of history, man. No purpose or place. We have no great war, no great depression. Our great war is a spiritual war. Our great depression is our lives. Another pointless protest that changes nothing and only inconveniences regular citizens just trying to commute to work or go home and give a few police officers a bit of extra paperwork. This is how we stop fascism, by being as obnoxious as humanly possible. But at least this protest in New York didn't turn lithium batteries into bonfires, so I'll give them that much.
This rocket scientist bought a Tesla just to destroy it, to protest Elon and Doge. He really thinks he's showing Elon.
I got nothing for it. This level of stupidity I can't really wrap my mind around. It's financial retardation, as my financial advisor would say. On the 10th of March, more Teslas were set on fire. It's ironic to see electric cars set ablaze by the same people who wanted you to drive one up until just about a year ago.
4 Tesla trucks torch in protest against Elon Musk as they ramp up. Police arrest a 40-year-old woman, quotation marks, accused of spray painting the Tesla dealership with words Nazi cars and throwing Molotov cocktails at vehicles on the property of the latest apparent protest against Chief Executive Elon Musk.
You know, I'm not exactly a master of history, but I'm pretty sure during the Nazi regime, if you stepped out of line like this, you just disappeared.
She, quotation marks, had returned to the local Tesla dealership with more explosive devices to vandalize materials, police said. At least 4 cars worth of combined at $220 had explosive devices thrown at them, which were made from empty liquor bottles, according to the arrest affidavit.
This person has done more damage to these cars than they've ever made in their entire life. And what are we going to do about it? You know exactly what. Not much. They're trans.
He's not funny at all.
Hold on. My YouTube partner got a hold of me. This seems like a well-adjusted individual. And I quote, "If I did not know better, I'd swear I was looking at Linda Evangelista in her prime." Are you happy, you effing racial slur?
I would never engage in hate speech. On the contrary, I engage in love speech. Unfortunately, the government does not praise or reward love speech. Governments are in no position to define what love is, but they are, apparently, in a perfectly prudent position to define what hate is.
The New York Post then shared more details. The trans Tesla vandal, I like the sound of that, who allegedly threw Molotov cocktails at cars, there's only a video of it, but we'll say allegedly, lives with mother and calls herself Baby.
Baby look pretty now, mommy.
Baby's got her first dress. That's literally the quote. Nielsen, who is listed as female on their driver's license, and Loveland police book she blah blah blah, has since been handed a federal charge of malicious destruction and freed at $100,000 cash bond. Nice. So you get out for less than the damage you did. It's pretty cool.
La 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 la. Beavis and Butthead were right. Arson is fun.
I forgot to mention that Reddit had a vortex of posts, and you're only getting 2 or 3 because I don't care enough for the brain rot.
I sold 100% of my Tesla stocks for Reddit. This way, it'll be harder for a single prick to buy Reddit out.
Yeah, sure. Take that, Elon. Get wrecked, muskrat.
I just went nuts on a swastika car owner. I had a Tesla cut me off while I was riding my bike, so when I stopped at the light, I slapped an anti-fascist sticker on the side of their door. The owner, wearing a Trump hat, got out in the middle of a green light and started throwing a tantrum, demanding I pay for the sticker removal. I wasn't putting up with it, so I pulled out my keys and scratched the entire side of their swastika car, then threw my water bottle at their windshield. As I rode away, I yelled, "You Nazi-supported fascist!" The Tesla owner got in the car and started speeding, going 80 miles per hour, trying to run me over and kill me.
File this whole story under things that didn't happen. This is a Dark Side Phil level fan fiction story we've just encountered. None of this is real, like their chances with an attractive woman. The English had protests, pouring paint all over the Tesla robot androids. I don't know what the hell they are. Okay, I guess. I'm sure this will make Doge reconsider drag queen shows in Baghdad. Bill Burr developed a bug up his ass over Elon Musk that's lasted a good few weeks now. His heavy-hitting observations are,
I don't understand why they're so upset with this country. It's like you're billionaires. I think it's working for you.
Everybody getting your ire up these days more than usual.
Nerds.
Yeah.
The millionaires are not happy having $1 billion. Nerds that own the politician. All these tech nerds that want to build robots because they don't know how to talk to hot women.
Yeah.
They don't know how to talk to hot women.
While ignoring that, Elon Musk has 14 kids, and the women he slept with in recent years are far more attractive than Bill Burr's wife. But go off, I guess.
Why does Elon Musk dress like he just... God. Why does Elon Musk dress like he just got out of a Hot Topic? Just...
Now that's comedy.
He is the reference. Anytime you want to say somebody's evil, you just say he is the next Hitler. Donald Trump, he's the next Hitler. It's always he's the next Hitler. This guy sieg-heiled twice. Veterans that, people in the armed services that died trying to stop Hitler. You know, America, love it or leave it. And then this guy comes in and gives a shout out to Hitler.
Jimmy Kimmel had a monologue about recent events that is about as insightful and funny as you would expect for a millionaire who cried during the election.
President Elon Musk sent a SpaceX vehicle to bring the astronauts back, and when they landed, he fired them immediately upon landing. Tesla stock is way down, almost disastrously so. People have been vandalizing vandalizing Tesla vehicles, new Tesla vehicles. Please don't vandalize. Don't ever vandalize Tesla vehicles. And so...
The vandalism of cars, because Elon bad, is totally acceptable. The people who own these vehicles should have known in advance that the cultural zeitgeist would do a total 180 on the Tesla brand. The Daily Show was no better.
In Kansas City, and earlier this month, shots fired at a Tesla dealership in Oregon. Cybertrucks on fire in Seattle.
Wow, you guys like petty acts of domestic terrorism, huh?
The 14th of March, all bets were off. The head of the FBI and the Attorney General put the protesters on notice that if they continued to keep acting like psychopaths, that they were going to be found and charged and convicted.
People were locking up on that. We have someone in jail right now from one of the dealerships. They threw a Molotov cocktail through a dealership. They're looking at up to 20 years in prison. So if you're going to touch a Tesla, go to a dealership, do anything, you better watch out because we're coming after you. Wow. And well, if you're funding this, we're coming after you. We're going to find out who you are.
This guy who threw Molotov cocktails at the Tesla supercharger in South Carolina, blah, 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 24 James Island. He's in custody and now facing 20 years in prison.
20 years to virtue signal on a stupid boxcar, bro. Oh well, stupid is as stupid does. And it just keeps going and going. Even as I write this right now, someone at Lakewood Mall is keying a Tesla truck. What the f is due to Elon? Nothing. You are screwing up someone's private property because you have the mental maturity of a 4-year-old having a tantrum on a silver car.
Please help identify this deranged anti-Elon Musk hole keyed a swastika into a Cybertruck in broad daylight.
The fact that these people can't even see how their protests, and I quote, mirror the very Nazis they think they are fighting by emulating them. Burning down businesses? Check Nazi playbook. Hell, when you're drawing swastikas on a Jewish man's car in New York, we have gone beyond the pale.
Deranged anti-Elon Musk dad scrawls swastikas on New York City Cybertruck in broad daylight, leaving the Jewish owner stunned. I feel myself burning inside.
When conservatives protested Bud Light, they stopped buying beer. But when progressives protested Elon Musk, they started shooting dealerships, setting cars on fire, and harassing Tesla owners. Let that sink in. Get it? Let that sink in. But all jokes aside, how is this the right side of history? This isn't a good look. It's not progressive. It's regressive. It's oppressive. Don't agree with us? Well, we'll destroy everything you own till you bow down. This isn't democracy. It's anarchy. People are now working themselves up into a fervor, and they get extremely angry, even seeing a Cybertruck.
People keep correcting me, telling me that it's Cybertruck and not Tesla truck. I don't care. I don't care what it's called. I hate them. I hate them. I need them off the streets. I need them off the road. I need them off the highway. I need them out of my town. I need them out of my country. I'm so sick of them. I'm so sick of Tesla trucks.
This isn't normal. We have a mental health crisis, and we are willfully ignoring it in this country. What's the point of flipping off someone driving a Tesla? Are the virtue signaling points from strangers online really worth it when libs of TikTok can signal boost how stupid you look to people who won't share your worldview? I can genuinely say the recent turn of events has been disheartening on so many levels, and it is a clear sign of social decay. Only two things are constant in the Western world. People will become less intelligent, and everything will become more expensive. Quark, is there any way out of this?
Computer says no.